What popular rumor in your school turned out to be true? Story 1. There was a family in my town that fostered two adopted older kids. Everyone had known one of their daughters since she was quite young. And then they adopted another girl her age when we were in 8th grade. They did not get along. When the original girl developed epilepsy a few years later, her new sister claimed she was faking, and everyone thought she was so mean and ostracized her. Eventually, she had to fess up to faking the seizures all alone when she signed up for basic training, which she never even completed. Unfortunately, this was after we all graduated, so we never got to apologize to her sister. Story 2. That one of the students was actually a cop. It turns out he was a cop and busted one of the actual students for selling handguns in school. If you thought 21 Jump Street was unrealistic, think again. Cop was a 33-year-old male and was undercover for like half the semester. Story 3. That one of the seniors in my school wrote all over the men's room bathroom about bringing a bomb to school. The bomb squad evacuated us all. Dogs came, and they found one in a random locker. It was absolutely nuts. Kid got arrested 2 seats next to me in English class. A couple of days later, once they could prove he did it. Story 4. That a 12-year-old 6th grader had gotten pregnant over summer break. Our Los Angeles County suburb, it was small and far separated from LA itself. See how large that county actually is on Google if you are unaware. Was so scandalized by this rumor that a newspaper article came out with a cartoon drawing of a pregnant girl in a pretty little girl dress and ribbon in her hair, playing with dolls and kneeling next to a dollhouse, accompanied the story about the little girl who got pregnant and planned to keep the baby. She was interviewed. I remember her name, but it's unnecessary. The whole town knew who it was. What's wild is that the kids in junior high actually had a baby shower for this 7th grader as she got close to full term, and all brought in packs of diapers and formula for her on a designated day, with the teachers, principal, and probably the school district in support of this. The year was 1984-1985. Story 5. In my Catholic Jesuit high school, one of the priests and one of the nuns were very close friends. We all loved them, and we could see that they were quite fond of one another, and they made a really nice looking couple. We used to affectionately kid them about meeting in the tunnel between the convent and the rectory. A few years after my class graduated, they both left their orders, got married, and had kids. We're all happy for them. Story 6. There was a rumor that a teacher was intimate with the whole basketball team. Turns out it was only half of them. The worst part is, her son was on the team. Her husband ended up divorcing her, and her son left with his dad. Story 7. Our freshman science teacher treated every girl badly and would frequently throw the dress code book at girls for the slightest issue. Everyone joked it was because he was angry his daughter became a street. That ended up being true. Story 8. In middle school, there was a rumor my 7th grade social studies teacher owned a pet donkey. Turned out to be true. The donkey's name was Pedro the Donkey. Story 9. Paige was pregnant. None of us believed her. We were 13 and we were just about to start SED classes in a few weeks to learn about sex. So we all thought she was making it up. Then she started to gain weight, but she had always been kind of overweight, and so no one really believed her then either. Then she brought sonogram pictures in, because she was sick of people not believing her. Most people believed her after that. Then she got taken out of school, and this was back when FB was super popular, and everyone was talking about her baby. A few months later, she posted all these pictures. Sorry I didn't believe you, Paige. I looked her back up when I was 15. She had a second kid. Story 10. There was a rumor going around in my high school that an English teacher and a biology teacher were sleeping with each other. I thought it didn't make any sense at all. Other than being strict teachers who graded harshly, it's not like they had anything in common, and I'd never even seen them talking to each other or interacting in any way. They were both married, and besides, She was youngish and attractive, and he was not. I had always figured that someone who managed to flunk both classes at the same time just decided to start a rumor. My brother is 6 years younger than me, and during his time at this school, they both were fired suddenly in the middle of the school year. Turns out, it was true all along. They had been caught fraternizing on school grounds. I was pretty surprised. Of all the weird rumors that go around in a typical school, that was the one that had to be true. Story 11. In elementary, about 15 years ago, our favorite school teacher didn't come back after a summer break. He was awesome, funny, sporty, cool, down to earth, and never shouted. Just a great role model to have around when you're a kid. Rumors went around that his wife and daughter passed away in a car accident. No one believed it. It was just what kids said on the playground. Somebody heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody. Then I went to the local grocery store with my mom. A little while after school had started again, I saw my old teacher. He was a shell, a wreck. I was only 8, but even then you can tell when someone isn't there anymore. I asked the parents of my friends and they confirmed the rumors. I felt so bad that something as awful as that could happen to one of the best guys I've ever known and always looked up to. Turns out he jumped off a bridge a couple of years ago. Same bridge that the accident with his wife and daughter happened all those years ago. Story 12. This was a rumor that went around my elementary school. Basically, my school had a lockdown, but they didn't tell us what it was for. One kid came in the next day and told us that his sister said there was a cow in the field between high school and middle school. So my second grade class went and told everyone else in the school. The next day, we had an assembly that confirmed this rumor. Story 13. When I was a sophomore in high school, the basketball coach became the new principal of the school. He had a girl who was on the girls' basketball team and worked in his office. Back then, students were allowed to work as office assistants if their grades were good and if they were seniors. She was there almost all the time, even when she wasn't supposed to be. The rumor was that they were sleeping with each other, because people would see them doing things after school, like running together and going out to eat somewhere. These rumors were later blown off as nothing because even though he was the principal, he still devoted his time to an after-school jogging or running class to help students and teachers stay active and keep in shape. And buying dinner at McDonald's for a student isn't the same as taking them somewhere more extravagant, like a steakhouse. After I came back as a junior from summer break, everyone in our class and in the entire school found out that they both got married and were expecting their first child together. He was married with children from a previous marriage that ended after the girl graduated from high school. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell button to receive notifications to my latest videos.